Namaste. My name is David Rivers. I am the author of The Dance of Kundalini. And today I would like to speak about the opportunity that we have in this precious human birth. So the theme of this talk is don't waste your life. Because as yogis and yoginis, as Kundalini yogis and yoginis, and I'm making the assumption that if you're watching this video, you have some interest in Kundalini and in spiritual awakening. Although you may be, a practitioner of meditation, you may be just someone on the path to spiritual enlightenment, looking for union with God, wanting to realize your Buddha nature, basically seeker of enlightenment. As seekers of enlightenment, we have this enormous opportunity. With a human birth comes the Sushumna and the chakra system and Kundalini energy. And implicit in a human birth, above all, is the opportunity that we have for enlightenment, to realize our true nature. And if you have come into contact with the great teachings that point you to your true nature, whether that's through, let's say, Tibetan Buddhism or mystical Christianity or Sufism or Advaita Vedanta or Kashmir Shaivism or the Shaktipat tradition, then you have manifested, let's say, my guru, Master Charles, spoke like that. You have manifested an opportunity to realize your true nature. My guru may have said, you have manifested an opportunity to actualize your multidimensional nature. And furthermore, if you have come in contact with the Shaktipat tradition, yogis such as Dhyan Yogi Madhusu Dandasji here, and Nityananda of Ganeshpuri, Baba Muktananda, Swami Kripalvananda, my guru, Master Charles Cannon. If you've come into contact with one of these lineages, or say a teacher like Amachi, Mata Amritanandamayi Mahadevi, where there is this energy of grace, and if you have been touched by grace, if you have had the blessing to receive Shaktipat, if you have taken Shaktipat initiation, which is a transfer of energy from the teacher to the student that awakens the Kundalini, then you, my friend, are in an enormous condition of blessing. You have this incredible opportunity. And, if you're given to prayer and you're given to meditation, you're interested, if you're deeply interested in spiritual growth. Now, I'm saying this in the context of don't waste your life, because it's inevitable that what comes with the human birth as well is Prarabdha karma, our allotted destiny. Every human being has what is known in yoga as Prarabdha karma. And Prarabdha karma is basically the allotted amount of suffering and success, the allotted course, you could say, of failure and success of trials and tribulations that are destined to unfold during your life, during the life of this body. And so we need to remember the enormously beneficial situation that we are in when life becomes difficult, when life becomes overwhelmingly difficult, which is virtually, inevitably, I feel, bound to happen for everyone. You could be a great yogi and life will become overbearingly difficult. Just look at the lives of the great saints and the great yogis. You'll see actually that the greater the yogi, it's not 100% a correlation, but mostly there's a correlation. It's like there are exceptions, but mostly there's a correlation to the depth and level of difficulties in their life corresponds to the depth of the enlightenment. It's a way to look at things. I have a saying that the more God loves you, the more trouble God will give you. Because in the periods of turmoil and difficulty in our lives, where our samskaras and our vrittis and our identifications and our negative emotions and negative thought patterns are being manifested by virtue of the situation is bringing them out, there is the grist for the mill. That's where the deepest, the biggest opportunity is for our real growth. If in those periods of difficulty we can hold fast to the mantra, we can generate a steady and deep stream of prayer, where we're simply asking for grace, where we simply ask God to open our hearts wide enough to contain the difficult emotions, where if we ask to expand our acceptance to become vast enough that the vrittis that are coming up, the judgmental vrittis and the identifications and the samskaras that are prone to cause suffering that come up, if they are held in a vast acceptance, they don't disrupt our energetic field as much, and B, that acceptance itself has a dissolving quality to it. It dissolves the vrittis, it dissolves the karmas and the samskaras. And that's the spiritual work, is to keep our heart open and to keep our acceptance vast, and to keep the current, to maintain within our being a current of energy and attention that is world transcending and that is surrendering to and opening to God, or if you like, our Buddha nature or our true nature. And this is the tremendous opportunity of a human birth, is we're here in the modern world. Most of us need to have a job. We need to have some income. We need to be thinking about putting food on the table and paying off a house or paying rent. We have relationships. We have most likely some kind of social life. And we are presented with a culture that is continually giving us opportunities to entertain ourselves, to be entertained and distracted. And then on top of that, daily life is tough in the modern world. So it behooves us to remember, don't waste your life. This is the precious human birth. Because the when we drop the body, when the body dies, we don't take with us our job, if we had one. We don't take with us our wardrobe. We don't take with us our social media accounts. We don't take with us our bank balance or our car or even our relationships. The only thing the yogis tell us we take with us is our love of the divine, the depth of the current that's within our being, that's going in the direction of the kingdom of heaven, or in the direction of our Buddha nature, in the direction of spiritual growth, in the direction of generosity and kindness and love and charity and forgiveness and hope and piety and chastity. Or are we taking with us our unfulfilled desires for worldly success, which will inevitably cause a rebirth, and where we also take with us the karmas, the good karmas, the merit, the spiritual merit from the actions that we undertook that went in the direction of relieving the suffering of others. The actions that we took, for example, let's say you were disseminating spiritual teachings. You take the opportunity, and I encourage you to do this. Think about this. You have a social media account. You've got friends and you've got communities that you interact with. I encourage you to share daily or weekly some quote that you like, something that touched you. Share it or reshare it. That's a profound opportunity of social media, because you are then yourself thinking of the spiritual principle. You're reflecting on it. Maybe you spend time creating something and then you share it and people in your world see it. And I would also encourage you to, share the good news of enlightenment with people when the opportunity arises and it feels natural. So because my friends, what you give away, you receive. And this is the kind of action that benefits you beyond this life. What are you going to leave behind? What will your legacy be? And the greatest legacy you can leave behind is leaving behind teachings and examples, lived example of living with love, living with compassion, of radical forgiveness, and the teachings about enlightenment, that there is a kingdom of heaven that is here right now, but is not of this world. And it's actually our true nature. The nature of consciousness itself is happiness. We are not the body, we are not the mind, we are pure consciousness. Don't waste this precious human birth. Don't waste your life. This is what I want to share with you. You might just be walking to the shop. You can chant the mantra. You can pray as you walk. You might be stuck in traffic. You can focus on increasing your love of God. You can focus on increasing your patience. You can focus on generating metta vibrations of loving kindness and sending that energy, emanating that energy to the people around you. And when things become difficult and when things become overwhelmingly difficult, you can, yes, do your best to change the situation, but simultaneously accept this is my Prarabdha karma. And pray and open your heart to make use of those difficulties to grow spiritually, to transcend the world, and to attain divine love, divine enlightenment, to recognize the kingdom of consciousness. Thank you. Namah Shivaya.